guys all this website that I use, Trading Campus Candlestick. Can everybody hear me and see me clearly? One. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna drop this in the chat for you guys to use. Again, guys, I'm sorry, my voice is still a little bit hoarse. Once that's loading up, we can get into it. Now, the one thing that I haven't done is really look at news this week. I haven't really traded this week, to be honest, guys. So the first thing I want to do is kind of see if we got any potential volatility in the market. Now, you can use different news outlets. I use my FX book. I use investing.com as well as Bloomberg. Now, I only use Bloomberg when I'm doing indices. I don't really care to use it for anything else unless I'm just happen to be on there and seeing what guys are talking about. Well, my main sources when it comes to foreign exchange is investing.com and my FX book. So let's see what we got coming up, if we got anything, because I am looking at okay. I am looking at GBPs potentially, guys. So let's see if we got any news coming out. So we got news coming out in Australian dollar in 2 hours. We got news coming out tomorrow morning for euro. I don't know what that's about. Interest rate decision. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that because I am in euro myself. Now, the one thing that we want to do when we're looking at the market, guys, because a lot of you have asked me questions, definitely at the event, and a lot of you have privately messaged me like, well, how do you identify what you're doing in the market, guys? Like, what trend are you looking for, or pretty much what are you looking for when you're looking for an entry to jump in the market? Guys, you have to start from the highest picture to the smallest picture. Start from the highest picture, work your way down to the smallest picture. And what I mean by is, y'all see this is a weekly time frame. Each candle represents a week that it took to make. Now, I need this information. This information is super important to me because it tells me the overall trend. The overall trend on the weekly time frame, not saying that it can't get bullish, not saying that it can't get bearish, is a downtrend. Everybody would agree with that on the weekly. We need to associate or orientate ourselves to where the market came from, and the market came from a downtrend. You see that? You start your way here, start working your way back, guys. Came from a downtrend. So cool, right? Now that we know the overall trend on the weekly time frame, that kind of helps us keep our senses on, like, okay, what should we be looking for? Should we be looking for sells? Should we be looking for buys? Now, identifying the overall trend, the only thing you would need to do is what? Identify a reversal in the market, guys. And how do you do that? You have to start going to those lower time frames, because the higher the time frame, the truer the direction. But the reversals happen on the lower time frame, guys. So I'm talking about like 5 minute, you could potentially spot a reversal in the market. So first thing I do, this is me when I'm looking at the market, if I'm going to go into it, because I have to create a bias first, guys. I have to create what the market is doing. Oh, I need to shut that off. I have to see what the market is currently doing. Not to mention, a lot of people don't know, you can use other currency pairs to try to figure out what's going on with your current currency pair. Now, the one thing I'm looking at is, if you guys took my trade out and run the play signals, when I threw out, what was that, yesterday, I threw out AUD USD. Matter of fact, yesterday. Yesterday. AUD USD, right? So Australian dollar, US dollar. If you guys look at what I threw out, the Australian dollar was what? It was selling at that time. It was selling at that time, guys. So is the Australian dollar still selling? Right now, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Now, what I'm going to look at is the currency strength meter, because I want to see if what I'm viewing is actually being represented based off their strengths. Australian dollar is stronger compared to the US dollar right now, but that just may be a correction phase to bring the market down. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Now, the next thing I want to look at, guys, when I'm looking at this market, so one, currency strength meter, I don't like looking at this website. It is a good reference point to identify like the strength of the market, but I don't like looking at it. The one I like looking at, guys, is an application that you all can download. It's called Currency Heat Wave. Now, this one has gauges on it and it has numbers on it, and it gives you real time. So you could literally see the meter moving in real time, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I rather use this application versus this website. Now, when we're looking at it, GBP, what did we say? GBP currently, the downtrend is a downtrend. So GBP right now is weaker than Australian dollar. But I don't expect for that to remain. We have news coming out, so that could actually, we have news coming out in 2 hours, so that could actually bring the market down or continue in a bullish direction. Let me see. So I do expect this thing. This is where we sold. We actually hit TP3. So I do expect this thing to actually continue to come down. What I think it's doing is consolidating right here to bring the market down. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Let's do an actual analysis by what? Creating what? Our parameters, which is support and resistance. And as we start getting down to the smaller time frames, we can figure out, oh snap, the market is doing this based off of this. Now, anybody should understand that when you see the market consolidate from a trend, 9 times out of 10, or I would say 8 times out of 10, it's probably continuing in that direction. So right here, you see this as consolidation, but it came from a sell. Our strongest trend is a sell, guys. But as you can see, we've been getting bullish momentum right here on a 4-hour time frame. And that's why I like depicting this, guys, because it shows you a lot where, okay, I identified the higher time frame. We identified a weekly time frame, right? I mean, we identified a downtrend on a weekly time frame. But can anybody say what is missing right here? And I don't want to give it away, so that question may be vague. But what does the market need to do if it's going to continue in its downtrend? Does anybody know? Let me see. Somebody answered. Breakout. Not necessarily breakout, Janae. But do y'all know why I'm throwing these dollar signs up here?
To find liquidity?
Who said that?
Destiny.
Let's go. Liquidity.
Sorry, I'm driving at the same time trying to pay attention.
This is liquidity. This is liquidity, guys. This is liquidity right here. So when you have voids in the market, and that's pretty much empty spaces where you see that the market hasn't returned back. Because how many times have you guys have probably said that, man, I'm going to wait for this to break out. I'm going to wait for it return so I can sell or buy. But then it never returns. And you're like, why didn't it return? But then it returns later on, like on a higher time frame, on the weekly time frame. This is liquidity up here, right? Now, it just depends on when the market decides it wants to come back and collect this, guys. I do see it potentially start collecting it this week, man. It's Wednesday, so the market was consolidating from a downtrend, which means Wednesday is normally our reversal day, or, it's normally where the market flips over from what it was doing prior to Sunday all the way up until, Tuesday night. So this will be a good day for the market to actually reverse. But we don't want to just say that right then and there. We want to create our parameters to see if the market makes sense to us. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is create my barriers, which is my support and my resistance, so I can see how the market is playing out. And then I'm going to point out candlesticks that we can use to see, is the market in fact going bullish or is the market in fact going bearish, right? So right here, you just want to start from wherever your high point. I normally go back from where I was, and then I grab all this, in return, guys. So right here is where the market actually started rejecting at first, creating a ceiling. So this is where I want to start at. And then I drag my box all the way to the end where the market may potentially come in. So you guys see that now. It looks a little bit cleaner that if the market was to go bullish, that it would actually come up here to respect this resistance. That makes sense, right? That makes sense to fill in this gap, to collect the liquidity, to actually bring the market down even more if it decided to do that, guys. Now, when you're looking at that, guys, when you're looking at liquidity, because some of you may ask, well, why does it need to do that? Guys, these are bank movements right here. And it's hard to tell because you have to have an eye for it. But right here, this is a bank move. You see consolidation or a doji, and you see an aggressive push either up or down, that's a bank move. 9 times out of 10, when that's a bank move, what does the bank want to do? Because the bank only give out percentages to us, right? It only gives out a percentage of money to us. And what's it going to want to do? It's going to want to collect that back because the banks are playing us both ways, guys. So after I created my level of resistance, I want to create my level of support. I want to go, me personally, I go either to where price is currently at. Now, this you could do a low right here, but since we're on a daily time frame, I like to start off at the lowest point and then worry about that later. And I'm gonna make this make sense, guys, why I'm doing it this way, right? So drag it all the way to wherever it's as far as you can go back to collect, that level of support. And I don't want to go too far back, so I'll keep it lined up within this. Now, you can literally see from clear depiction that this is a range, guys. A range is just a bigger form of consolidation. And I love ranges. Most people don't like ranges, but I actually love ranges, guys. I've made a lot of money on ranges because if you can identify it on a higher time frame, that means between this zone, I had the opportunity to buy and sell however long I wanted. So I had the opportunity to sell right here, all the way down to the support structure. I had the opportunity to buy all the way up there. You see what I'm saying, guys? Guess what? It makes sense that if this thing was to come back up here to this level of resistance, guys, it makes sense because what we need to understand that with support and resistance, you need 2 levels to touch a price area to create that resistance, create that support level. Now, you guys saw me change it to a different color. The reason why is because I want to identify on each time frame what the color is. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. As we speak, both Zoom computer. Hold on, guys. My bad. I gotta send this invite. And guys, can you please pass the invite to people if they? All you got to do is go to the participants tab and copy the link. So if anybody's trying to get in, because I don't know what's going on with Zoom, it's acting crazy. So I literally have to send it when I'm on versus like telling people, hey, jump on this. Man, dude, Telegram. Once I come up, I'll send that. But anyway, so right here, guys, love. Oh, there we go. All right. Hold on. Maurice. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so this is a range, guys, right? Now, if I drew a trend line from this support level all the way up to where it created another dip in the market, guys, that makes sense, right? Like that makes sense to you guys, right? Uptrend, right? Clear as day. Clear as day. Right now, we're in a current uptrend on the daily time frame, guys. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, here's what I'm looking at. Price came up here. And this is where you guys gotta look at the liquidity because price is gonna do this whichever way, going up, going down, diagonally, sideways, whatever the case may be. Right here, look what price did. Jumped up, faked out, faked people out. Okay, boom. Come back to a level of support. I mean, yeah, level of support right here. This is a support structure. This is our uptrend, right? We collected liquidity. Now, this second touch should be the momentum push to bring the market up. If not, come back down for a third touch, then bring the market up, guys. You can look at it objectively both ways. But the one thing that I follow, the one thing that I teach my people, guys, is follow the momentum, catch the pullback. So if you see the momentum, one, on a daily time frame, the momentum looks bullish. what you would need to do. You need to catch the pullback or wait for a break or retest of a previous high or a previous low. So forth and so forth, guys. What I like to do, I like to try to catch the pullback, guys. Now, here's where we can go into, I'm gonna go into the 4-hour time frame, and then I'm gonna start breaking down the candles, right? Because there was something that could have easily been manipulated to anybody in the business. I mean, to anybody that's trading, where you would have said price is doing this, but we didn't have the information yet to say that price is actually going to continue going down in that direction, guys. So right here on the daily time frame, if you look at it, and I'm gonna pull up the exact depiction of what I'm showing you guys. Right here, does anybody know what this is? Anybody know what candlestick pattern this may be? We're going to say what it may be with the information we have. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to point it out for you. Now, you're going to have to go through this on your own. But look. Y'all see this pattern right here? Does that not look like that a little bit? Understand, you have to know what the requirements are to create that pattern. So evening star, this pattern is observed at the end of an uptrend. First candle is a bull candle. Second candle is a doji with the gap up opening. The third candle is a strong bear candle with a gap down opening. Length of the bear candle's body is generally larger than the bull candle, right? Now, does this meet those requirements, guys? The answer is no, based off of definition. But the one thing that I want to illustrate is don't wrap your mind around visualization. And what I mean is that when you see it look like this, and there's probably a better version. Where are we at? I know there's a better version. All right. When it looks like this, stop looking necessarily for this. Does it meet the requirements? Because many of you guys know that I use patterns to identify, to further confirm what I'm doing in the market. So don't look for this necessarily. When you see it like looking for this exact image, that bites people in the butt looking for the exact image. What you need to do is understand what this pattern is telling you to do. If it meets the conditions, then you go with what the pattern is doing. So for instance, guys, if this thing started showing me another bearish candle right here and it closed like that on an hour time frame or like 4-hour time frame, okay, cool. I probably need to gather a pullback and then sell the market, guys. But you have to wait for it to show itself. We have the potential of the pattern, but we don't have enough confirmation to say, is this pattern truly going to play out? We need more information. And what bites people in the butt is that they see this and say, oh yeah, I'm selling right away, instead of letting it show you maybe another bearish candle on the 1 hour, 4-hour close, or maybe about to close, and then you start selling from there. Now you won't have this position because we would all love to have that perfect entry, but that's not reality when it comes to trading, guys. I'm gonna just be honest, yo. When we have these perfect entries, I'm telling you, that's probably more luck than ever. Like, yes, you do have the confirmation and you do go with your parameters, but I even had perfect entries where it's like, wow, I did not expect that. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect that because we don't control the market. The only thing you could do is identify what the pattern may be doing and wait for the outcome to play out. But me, guys, seeing that we already identified that the market may be going bullish. I see the potential of the market going bullish. So what would I do? Since we're in no man's land right now, so you don't want to prematurely say, hey guys, let's go ahead and buy right now. You could, if you're okay with that, you may go and draw down, or you're okay that price may not be ready to buy and then it hits your stop loss and then it buys from there. You have to be okay with that. That is what trading is. If somebody told you that trading is as plain as simple as like, oh man, draw these freaking lines up and enter in the market and then you're as good as gold. Like, no, that's not, guys, because you always have to play defense in this market. They are trying to steal our money, guys. So you have to play defense while they're playing offense, and you have to know how to play offense when they're playing defense. You know what I'm saying? And we'll cross that bridge as we go deeper and deeper into these sessions, guys. I'm literally trying to make a catalog for everybody that's coming in, and then actually record my videos so you guys have something that you can utilize from a regular trader. Like, I'm a regular trader. I'm not a professional trader. So I may say stuff Barney style compared to like the educators. So because I'm confident in the saying that price is going to buy up, what you can do is just wait for it. So if you guys see my trades and run the play, I'll tell you sell or buy the break or close above or below. If it doesn't meet those conditions, we just don't take the trade. Every trade isn't a successful trade. So if you're looking at everybody who throws out a trade and you're not following the parameters, guys, I'm sorry to say, like, you have to follow the rules that the person puts out these conditions. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't hurt yourself. Because if you look at the market and say, hey, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and jump in this, that's on you. So you can't be mad if it goes and hit stop loss. That's why I follow the instructions of what the educator or the person who threw out the signal says. So what I would like to do, I would like to wait for this to break this high, retest, and then bring it back up. And then we'll just go from there, guys. So that's what I'm expecting. To be honest, this thing looks like it wants to collect a lot of liquidity. The only thing that's skeptical to me is that, well, we do have a support zone. We got a lot of support structure right here. 1, 2, 3. The only thing that I could possibly see is that if it breaks this trend line, right? Say we don't hit this and it breaks this trend line, you guys could potentially wait for it to close below this low right here, sell a portion of it, let it retest, maybe close out 20 pips, let it retest, and sell the market down to the support zone. But I'm comfortable in saying that this market is probably going to go bullish. I feel like that. I feel like we're going to have that turnaround. Not to mention we have news coming out. Let me see what news is actually saying on the Australian dollar. Bank business, positive growth in the economy, anticipated bullish movement, negative. So I'm not sure if Australia has been having any positive news or anything lately. I'm not sure. So we'll pretty much wait for news, but we'll set it up as a potential buy, guys. So if it crosses, how I work is that no matter what, if it crosses my area, then it shows me what I want, I'm buying. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing that a lot of people get, confused with. You have to make a decision as a trader. And there's a reason why I just went down to the 15-minute time frame. And the reason why I say that, guys, is that sometimes price doesn't give us the picture perfect break and close above on the hour or the 4 hour. It does it on the 15-minute. And I could show you an exact example of where it did that at. So I had this question presented to me the other day, guys, like, well, you said wait for the break and close, right? Now, this is the hour time frame. I sent it on the hour time frame. In a perfect world, we would like to say, hey, man, this broke and you're waiting for the retest. But what if the retest, again, like it's looking like wanting to come up hours later, 2 days later? What it's showing us, guys, what you want to do is start looking for where the break may be at. So you see I'm on a 15-minute time frame. We could have sold from here. I was actually going to say market execution, but I was like, nah, man, let's wait for it. So let's look at it from the person who may have gotten in, right? May have gotten in like right here. That's okay, because look, it closed below in the 15-minute. Even if it was going to return, you have to be okay with that. I set my stop loss. There's a reason why we have a stop loss. You have to be okay with the pullback. A lot of people be wanting, the trade to go blue immediately. That's not how trading works unless you have the perfect entry, guys. So 15-minute, it closed. Are you not going to take this trade just because, well, it closed on the 15-minute, especially if you can back out to maybe like the 45-minute or the hour and see a strong candle? You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably didn't see this, but probably like on a 30-minute, it had like a stronger candle. Yeah, like, so the only information you had was the 15-minute time frame. So you're gonna wait for this thing to come up here, knowing that it might take 2 days for it to come back to this entry, or you're gonna make a decision not being buyer entry and take the trade? Somebody answer that for me. Evening Star. I would like to think you're going to take the trade. So even if everybody would have said, oh, I'll wait for the close, you would have been about 7 pips off from entry. That's okay to say that. Okay, all right, I'm 7 pips off, so I don't get 7 pips worth of the profit we took, but I get 50. Well, 50 plus. Let me see. 63 pips. You're gonna give up 63 pips because you're waiting for it to return because you can't make a decision? What Bo said? You better get mad. Make a decision, guys. So when you see it and it meets the conditions, no matter what time frame, the only thing is you want to make sure that it's not giving you like a wick close, like maybe this close like a little bit below here, but it's still like open, like it's still like an open candle. You might want to be cautious of that. Other than that, guys, you can enter a trade on the 15-minute. You can enter on the 5-minute, on the 3-minute, on the 1-minute if it meets the conditions. So we just have to make a decision, guys. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period when it comes to that. So let me go back to GA. Let me see what it's doing. Creating our parameters. I'm obviously going to talk about Bitcoin. I mean, cryptocurrency. I kind of want to look at that too. We actually bought, what did we buy? Litecoin. So in all honesty, guys, I'm thinking that cryptocurrency is going to be bullish this week, but we'll wait for a price to show us better. So boom, I like that. Matter of fact, let's do this. What is that? 200. I don't like that. Let's do a 40 pip stop loss. I don't really like giving 50 pip stop losses. Now, here's something that I'm just going to say to you guys personally. If I throw out an entry, not me specifically, but I mean by I mean anybody that's trading, right? And they throw out a signal, and you are agreeing with what this person threw out, but it's at their stop loss. Are you going to wait for it to get to their entry, or are you going to enter it at the stop loss? Somebody answer that for me. All right. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So what we'll do, what we're waiting for, guys, pretty much one of these numbers. We're pretty much waiting for it. May drop down, may do something like that. It may not do it twice. It may do it one time, but we're looking for something like that. All right. At the stop loss, at the stop, take the trade. Come on now. Come on now. Take the trade, right? And you agree with it. And you agree with the analysis. You're going to take the trade, guys. And that puts you at a better position than everybody that's waiting for the entry. So that is a little bit of a tip for you guys that are getting more experience and like, man, that looked like this thing is about to fall. Like, for instance, when I threw out AU, somebody could have entered market execution, you know what I'm saying? Being very comfortable. Like, well, I see the same thing. Let me enter right here. Better position than everybody that's trading, right? You know what I'm saying? So while everybody's probably getting knocked out of their position, you may or may not can hold the trade longer, or it puts you at a better, you know, where it's like, okay, my 100 pips is their 50 pips. So I'm just going to take my 100 pips and look for the return back to the entry. You can double dip on these trades, guys. Like, think outside the box. Don't be restricted to saying, oh man, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this. Do not get wrapped up in that, guys. I'm telling you, man, like your goal is to make money for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, really not really waiting for someone to give you a command. That's not going to put you in the best possible position. It may save you from making the most mistakes, but at the same time, you got to make those mistakes so you can start pretty much making more money, guys. That's how this thing works. So this is our target. Our target is like 200 pips. Don't look at the target and let this thing come all the way back to entry on your butt. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, he said 200. What we got? 241 pips. So I mean, I'm waiting for it to hit target. It don't went 100 pips, and you let this thing come all the way back to entry. Don't be one of those guys, because I used to be one of those guys, and that's crazy. That is freaking crazy. Hold on, guys. Let me put these parameters because I like everything to be lined up. 40, 640, 640. All right, cool. Somebody let me know. Somebody give me a thumbs up when you guys got this, and can pull it up. So what you guys need to do is click on that so it can pull up on your web browser, so you can actually follow along with the trade while doing this with your own trading view. So you guys got that. Let me look at another GBP. Yeah, GBPs look like they might be getting bullish. Yeah, man. Consolidation, blah, blah, blah. Oh, what is this? Man, dude, I can't believe we missed that. Yeah, I think these things are getting bullish. All right, blah, blah, blah. So Litecoin, like I said, I do expect it to get back bullish, guys. I don't think it's going to continue falling. Now, here's one thing that I identified. So this is perfect. This is perfect what I wanted to show you guys, right? Somebody tell me what pattern this is that I have circled. This is education. So guys, get an answer with me. Entertain me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell me what pattern that is off the top of their head.
Morningstar.
Morningstar.
I heard two answers. What was the first answer?
I said Morningstar.
And what did somebody else say?
Same thing, Morningstar.
Morningstar. Awesome, awesome, man. These ladies are obviously in their academy, guys. Morningstar. Morningstar, guys. So how I remember a Morningstar, guys, to understand the direction for anybody that's new, right? So think of it like this: evening star. What's happening in the evening time? The sun is going down.
I think a morning star and it goes over the head and shoulder.
Say that again. What was that? Somebody said something?
I see a morning star and an inverted head and shoulder.
I heard something head and shoulder. But guys, so man, what was I about to say?
It's an inverted head and shoulder.
Right here. Okay. Who said yeah. I agree. I agree. And the fact that we have a morning star here. So how I depict it, guys, is that a morning star is the sun is coming up. And in the evening star, the sun is going down. So what direction, if the sun is coming up, the market is going? Somebody answer that.
Bullish.
I mean, I literally said it. Right, bullish. Right, bullish. Whoever said that, awesome. Bullish. So, you know, those are just easier ways that I depict it. So, because I used to get confused, like, wait, evening, morning star. Wait, what is what doing? Just think of it very simplistic. Sun is going down in the evening. Sun is coming up in the morning. You're literally saying the word that's in it for you to find the direction of the market, guys. So morning star right here. Let's see what a morning star says, all right? Okay, morning star pattern is observed at the end of a downtrend. Oh, confirmation number one. What trend is this? This is a downtrend, correct? Up until this point. Oh, wow. It's okay. So we got one confirmation, right? It's observed at the end of a downtrend. Morningstar has three candles with gaps in between each candle. These gaps in between the candles signify the strength in between the bulls and the bears. Do we have gaps here? Do we have gaps here? We do. We may not have the ideal gaps that we're looking for, guys, but we have the gaps here. So what I told the team was once we did this, guys, we entered in the market right here, went up for about, before it returned back to entry, went up for about 148 pips. 148 pips just from identifying here. And I had to circle, guys, not to mention, you know, a bunch of other stuff that I was doing, but I had the confirmation. Is it giving me what I want to see? Yes, because here's the part where you guys need to find further what the pattern is doing. So you can't just see this. So say for example, like right here, you can't just see that and say, oh man, we're about to buy the market. You could, but you better be ready for the repercussions if you're wrong. You see what I'm saying, guys? Now, when you identify this, you definitely want the candle to close, right? You want it to completely form the pattern. The next thing is, what is the next two candles doing based off of whatever time frame the pattern is formed? You have to stick to what time frame the pattern is on. So many of us would have saw this and then probably been ready to buy right away versus waiting for it to pull back. You would have put yourself in a better position waiting for the pullback. Wow, you could have took that, put you at a better position to buy, and then without even feeling scared anymore to about your position. So right here, if we had got in right here, way better position than way up here. But again, you don't have the picture perfect entries in the market, guys. You just go with what the market is showing you. And most of us, by the time we're seeing the market, it's either early in the morning, late at night, and the market already did this, where it's giving us the data so we can actually execute the trade. You see what I'm saying? So we have a morning star, which should be taking the market up pretty far, especially, again, higher the time frame, stronger the trend. Higher the time frame, stronger the trend. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets completely bullish, guys. Again, though, we can't make that decision right now. We have to wait for price to show us. So right now, this candle's still open. I need this candle to close and then it to show a bullish, maybe some bullish strength, and then I'll feel comfortable entering the trade, probably like on an hour time frame. Now, what I will do is I'll give you guys this trade. It meets the conditions, take the trade. I don't say, hey guys, trade is at our entry and stuff like that. I mean, only if it returns back to our entry, but I don't give instructions on to take the trade. You just got to know how to take the trade. So you have to be comfortable. Did it meet the conditions? Okay. Does it retest? And I'm going to tell you with cryptocurrency, you might want to enter market execution versus waiting on that retest. Cryptocurrency is violent. It's violent when it pushes up. So you don't necessarily have those regular retests that we see in the foreign exchange market. That's the only thing, downside about I wouldn't say downside, but that's the only thing about cryptocurrency. Guys, tell me again on the hour time frame. Somebody tell me what you see just looking at this. And I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna make it easy for you guys. I need somebody to identify what's going on right here, based off of what we're currently learning. Somebody let me know. Tell me what you see in this market right now. Should we do a red? Let's highlight it gold. Within this parameter of what I just showed you, I want say that again. Say that again.
Creating higher lows.
Higher lows. Okay. I'm looking for something specific on basically what we've been talking about. Think patterns, guys. Entertain me. Think patterns.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So I left it vague because I didn't want to give anybody a hint. So within this block, within this gold block right here, what pattern could you identify that may potentially show us what the market is doing?
Uptrend.
Think more what I was asking based off of candlestick patterns, guys. So pretty much, did I push this in the chat? I don't think I pushed this.
Inverted head and shoulders?
Yes, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. There is an inverted head and shoulder, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Is it Morningstar?
Who said that?
Double bottom.
Who said that, yo?
Me.
Michael, let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Somebody's paying attention. I'm not saying you guys aren't paying attention, but wow, is this not a morning star right here? Crazy how the market repeats itself. Crazy how the market gives us more data to actually show us what it may be potentially doing, guys. So we have a morning star right here, what Michael said, coming from another morning star. Let's put a trend line to that, shall we? Crazy how the market's respecting that trend, right? That's crazy, right? With identifying reversal patterns in the market or continuation. Again, we had our reversal. We had our reversal on the 4-hour time frame. This is it. And when you see this style, guys, I like seeing this style because this definitely tells you a reversal's happening. It's harder to pick, but once you go out to a higher time frame and see, like, you know, obviously on the like on a 4-hour, like, oh snap, that thing is reversing. And it's crazy that we went down to the hour time frame on a smaller time frame and saw the exact thing. Look, we got a couple of them over here. We have 2 right here. Now, all we need is, with the market showing this, now I'm going to throw a fib on it to see what percentage did it retest of that candle. $786, and really the candle closed at 50%. Oh man, we probably taking this market up, guys. Now, again, this is just identifying small stuff, guys. And again, you can't try to shoot for the moon with this. Like, okay, I identified this, so I'm gonna say 1,000 pips. It could, but you know, don't jump the gun. Again, this candle's still open on the hour, so I would like to see it close bullish, and I would like to see another bullish push up for me to say, oh yeah, man, this thing is going to give us a bullish push, guys. Y'all see that transpiring right before you, and you see how you can add. Now, again, if you don't understand this, I get it. You just have to go through the part of actually learning this material. Guys, don't just believe what I'm saying. You know, and what I mean by that is, like, don't jump on my call and say, well, Antoine said such and such freaking this. I'm a product of the product. And the only thing I learned is through IM, guys. I don't have any prior experience. And what I mean is that I literally proved to myself what I was reading. I didn't just have this, somebody handed it to, well, I found this myself, but somebody didn't just hand, you know, foreign exchange to me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just trust what they say, and I didn't prove it to myself. There's a saying that we have in the Army, which is called trust but verify. Verify, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, by going through the definitions of these and proving it to yourself on all these on your charts, guys. So go through and see when the market is frozen or when the market is moving live, but with no intention of trying to get in the market, guys. If the market is playing out exactly like these definitions are saying, it's not going to be picture perfect. But if you start identifying that stuff, it can help you put you in a position to be like, just glance at the market and say, this thing is probably about to buy. I'll just wait for this and then I'll execute the trade. As simple as that, guys. I mean, does that not sound too easy? You see what I'm saying, family? Too easy, right? So I think we're good for this. So just wait for it to present itself, close above, enter at this space, take the market up, guys. I like how this is looking. Yeah, I like how this is looking. Let me put it on the hour so it doesn't look crazy. Now, also, for you guys that don't know, with cryptocurrency, you have to do like 100 pip stop losses. Like, you can't do like a 50 pip stop loss. One, the spread is crazy wide on some of these brokers. Two, yeah, that's pretty much it. The spread is wide, and oh yeah, cryptocurrency does a lot of wick movement. So like, it can push down strong in a flash and then come back up super fast, guys. So you cannot be doing you know, less than 150 pip stop losses. Now, if you can't afford to do that, I don't suggest you trade cryptocurrency. What I suggest you do is take it in your demo or build your account enough to be able to take that and take it, you know, one trade at a time. Don't try to over leverage. Do a 0.01 to see how it feels, see how it moves, because cryptocurrency does move thousands of pips easily, guys. It can clear, Bitcoin can clear 3,000 pips in under an hour, like that. You know what I'm saying? So use that information, guys, and then make a decision in the market. I do want to see what GA is doing for us. All right, we're not there. I didn't even set an alert. So let me set an alert. Oh. You do. We got another one coming up. Euro NGD. This is the exact one I threw out and run the play signals, guys. So as you see, it dropped down. It did not break above our entry yet. I do expect this thing to get bullish, especially since it definitely created a strong support zone. I like that actually right here. This is a very good support zone right here, especially on the 1 hour time frame. Now it just depends on what we have to do is wait. I would, man, if I would have been, you know, looking at this clearer, guys, we probably could have just entered right here and rode it to this to figure out what price is going to do, because it could reject this again and then push down. That's why we want that strong break above and then take the market up. So I like that. Let me see about Euro Swiss franc. No, that's going up too. So this is already in run to play. Everybody should have this. Just go to run to play signals and, you know, take the trade from there, guys. But same thing. Let's look at this. Let's actually look at this. Let's see if we can find a potential. Okay. All right. Perfect example. Perfect example of what we like to see, guys, right? Don't get trigger happy when you start seeing it potentially form. So you guys that are going to start studying this stuff, and then you're looking at these candlesticks forming and you're like, oh, I see it. Slow down, calm down first, wait for it to form. What does this look like it's forming right now, guys? Potentially.
The morning star.
A morning star. What do we need to wait for?
For the candle to finish out that 4 hour time frame.
Yes, ma'am. We need to finish out. We need to have this candle close and understand that if this thing is going bullish, what's going to happen? Probably a slight pullback to wherever. You can probably have like a pullback right here. You have a pullback right here that could bring the market up. You know what I'm saying? Wherever the candle pretty much forms. So you have pretty much an hour left before this 4 hour candle closes. I like that, knowing that on the next hour candle that opens up, or the next 4 hour candle that opens up, it may actually drag down a little bit and then bring the market up. If not, you know, depending on where this closes, you'll probably have a percentage like a 38 to 50% retracement and then bring the market up. I'm not telling you to jump in, but if you see that and you feel comfortable with the trade, guys, you take the trade and then you just put a stop loss below. You know, if you got an entry up here, let's see what that would be.
Hey, Antoine, question.
44 pip stop loss if you were to do like a stop loss down here. I'm not putting that out, but again, guys, if you feel comfortable, I know I got experienced traders on here that know how to make a decision. So, you know, if you feel comfortable with that, that would be pretty much the ideal trade of what you would be looking for, but you would probably be looking for your entry to be like somewhere, like I said, like right here, you know, the 50% of that candle, something like that. What would that put you at if we did that? 37 pip stop loss. I actually like that. I like 38 pip stop losses. But what you got, Destiny?
How would you draw the because you said wait for a slight pullback. How would you draw the fib on there to find the pullback on that little
Say
time?
this candle is about to close as it is, or maybe it fills in this wick right here. Since the only information we have is right here, I would go high to low, well, low to high, because we're looking for buys, potential buys. So I measure my fibs based off of the direction of the market. So if I'm looking for a buy, I go low to high. If I'm looking for a sell, I go high to low. So with me fibbing up this candle, as you can see, that's crazy how 50% meets exactly where I said you guys could possibly buy, right? That's crazy, right? You see that?
Yeah.
The reason being is I'm able to identify that is because when I look at these wicks are still highs and lows in the market. So the only reference point I have of where the market may potentially pull back is what? A previous high or a previous low. Since a candle is forming and we're probably like, I don't know what's going on, where could the market obviously pull back to if the next candle is going to pull back? Well, the previous high, if you start breaking it down on smaller time frames, is right here. When you start seeing these, this is a high, this was a previous high. Okay, maybe I'm confused and I still don't understand. Well, let me turn it to a line chart. Is this not a previous high? Doesn't the market break out of an area and retest the previous high or low and then bring it back up? Too easy, right? And then when you start breaking it down again to smaller time frames, it starts making more and more sense. Yeah, I like that actually. That'd be neat if it did that. Yeah, I like that. So that's just identifying small stuff right here. Again, 45 minute time frame, morning star, because it's playing out, guys. I'm not saying it's a morning star because it's just here. I'm saying it because it's playing out. For a morning star, it has to start buying. For an evening star, it has to start selling. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So true. Let me see. Oh, we do have support structure back here. I like that. We have very good support structure. Man, why did I not see this before? Very good support structure, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, man. I might be changing this up. I like that actually. I like that. I like that. Let's do this. Yeah, I actually like that. Let me see. We already have it in run to play, so I'm going to ignore this. And what we're going to do, yeah, I like this setup. Let me see what the currency strength meter is showing. So OP. Oh yeah, I like that. And we don't got no news. And we don't have no news. So yeah, I like that. I like that actually. Will it return back? 85. So let's do this. Let's do a buy limit. And what I'm gonna do is make our stop super tight, because if it goes any lower, if it goes excuse me, if it goes any lower than this, then it's definitely reversing. So I'm gonna put our stop at immediately of our low, 25 pips. I'll give us 25 pips. 25 pips to have the market go up for us to our previous buy zone from run to play. Now, for you guys, again, that's more experience. This thing starts shooting up for us. It gives us what we want. And you see the potential of it breaking this and then going higher. Stay in the trade, trade your stop loss accordingly. Or this could just be our target, then wait for a price to kind of pull back and then come up here and break above and then enter in a new position. So what we're doing is having the potential of two positions that could put us like with some good money. Matter of fact, let me let me look at what my target was and run the play. My last target was 69,008. 69,008. Yeah, you're looking at 200. Man, we should have entered that in market execution, guys. I hate when I do that. But we got to talk it out because the potential of this thing coming back down. So I'm not even going to act like that it can't come back down to retest. So we want that retest. So we'll do this as a buy limit. Now, I'll give you the overall bigger view, because if it comes back down and it gives us what we want, we can probably ride this thing all the way up to 200 pips, guys. So understand, if you're trading standards, that's $2,000. If you're trading minis, that's $200. If you're trading 0.01s, micros, that's $20, guys. So, and you can stack in between, knowing that we have another position. So imagine if you do another standard or mini. Well, I talk from the position because everybody's going to be doing standards and minis eventually. So I talk from the progression of that, guys. So if this thing breaks close above, put in another standard or mini if you can. So another $200, that would be $200 on top. Well, this would be $200. Oh no, hold up. Yeah, so that would be another 200. That would be $200 on top of, if you were to enter right here. I'm actually going to do a class on stacking, guys. I want to show a lot of you guys how to do that, because I know a lot of people just enter in one trade, and you can enter in, if you know how to do it right, you can start entering in multiple trades as you catch the pullback. So that'd be 119. So imagine, so you pretty much bring it in $319 if you were to do a 0.01. If you're doing a 0.1, if you were doing a standard, you could potentially make $3,000 off this setup, guys. So let's do a buy limit right here. Again, I'm having our stop loss super tight, not negating. The only thing that I'm looking at this thing to be bullish. But what I'm looking at is the potential of it dropping down further, because price loves to do that, and then going bullish. So that's why I have our stop loss at 25 pips. I normally never give like 25 pip stop loss. So for me, that's tight. Super tight would be like 10 pips, but we have to give the market room to breathe just in case it just wants to retest a little bit lower. Like how we saw that Morningstar retest 100% of it before it took off. Same potential, right? So let's do that. Let's do a buy limit here. Yeah, I like that. So our first target would be pretty much this entry, guys. And then our second target for the break and close would be all the way up here. Is somebody on my shit, yo? Like, who is doing that? My bad. Excuse my language, y'all. So yeah, I give it to you guys just like this. Make a decision. So your stop loss is right here. Entry is the dark blue. We have another entry up here. And understand that, well, let me have it meshing with our target so they overlap each other. Yep, looks good. So that'll put you at 83. All right, yeah, I like that. I like that, family. Yeah, I like that. So, yeah, other than that, guys, that was pretty much it. We don't need to be having an hour to do these things. So, I do wish I can go in more into depth, but you start losing people, or you start losing, focus when you go into trading like super deep. Because let's be honest, guys, when you're learning this material, it's boring until you start making money. You know what I'm saying? It's super boring. Like, until you start seeing profit, you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. Like, yes, you have to do this. So I don't try to go extended long periods of time on my trade sessions, because again, our focus starts to get diverted. We're not having no excitement behind it. People start to lose their attention. So I get that, guys. But this is what we're looking at. The potential is 200 plus pips, and we can enter multiple terms if you know how to stack properly. If not, wait for the break and close, guys. And I mean, I like how this trade is presenting to us, man. I do really like how it's showing us. So let me look at some other things. All right, boom, that's going up. And Litecoin, what are you doing? Yep, just set the alerts. Follow when the alerts happen. You do want these lines to be crossed. So for instance, like this, you want this line to be crossed above before actually entering in this market, guys. So Bitcoin, blah blah blah. USAUD. Yeah, I expect that. That looks like that's about to bring the market down right here. I think so, to be honest. Unless it decides to actually come back up 100%. We're at the 50% of this imbalanced candle. Yeah, I could see that. It could probably push up to the 618 and then drop down from there. So for you guys that secured your bag again, we may have another opportunity for AU if it's not getting bullish. Let me look at this thing. Yeah, there's liquidity down here. So I remember that's why I did that. There's liquidity down here. Could push up some more. But I am thinking that this thing is going to continue start selling. But again, let it either come back up to this entry to make a decision, or if it starts falling from here, guys, just enter at the close and break below of like this wick right here. So it closes below this wick with a candle. You're probably safe to take the trade. With news, what do we say news is coming out on in an hour and a half? In an hour and a half. So that might either propel it. I got to see what Australia is doing. I haven't checked Australia news, and I don't know why I haven't done that. So I don't know how their economy is doing. So if that's the case, that may either switch up the market or continue in this direction. I think we're going to continue in our direction. I just think it was coming up to collect liquidity. Again, simplicity in this market, guys. There's a reason why I had this. Look at this. This is a low that it broke. Now, if it wanted to, it's going to return to a previous low or to actually finish out the market. And this was the previous low. But you have to turn it to a candle to start seeing where these things meet wick to wick. Y'all see that? Too easy. So unless anybody got any questions, man, I appreciate you guys, man, all the time. You know, I was excited to meet a lot of you at the Dream Convention. Definitely want to meet some more of you guys and, you know, try to run up the bag together because I have goals for the team, man. $1,000, like when you get on my call, you should be trying to make $1,000, not, you know, entering in the market right then and there. But I have a goal for everybody and run the play for have everybody start seeing $1,000 days like it's normal, because it is normal to do that, guys. I promise you, man. So unless somebody got any questions, man, again, guys, I appreciate your time. Catch me next Wednesday, and I'm also going to release to the run to play when I do my midnight sessions, because we actually do live trading. It's a little bit of education for setups, and then from there on out, we do trading. Like we do trading, but we're not looking for intended targets. We enter in the market. It gives us a couple of pips. The market starts fighting us, or we have another session opening, you know, have another opening bell. We get out the market. You do that, compound your account, guys. You can make some good money doing that. We have made good money like just in one night. You know what I'm saying? Not just like, you know, most of us, we've been making our money throughout the day up into the week, but having a good day in one night, you know, just by sacrificing now, there's a caveat to that. You do have to have the endurance. And what I mean by that, guys, we stay up pretty late. We from like 1:30 all the way to 5 a.m. if we need to. I try to end it at 3:30, but sometimes if the market is acting crazy and I want to look at more data, we'll kind of prolong it. But, you know, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, man. And be great, man. That's all I want to say. Be great, guys. So I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks, Antoine.
All day, all day.